Hello everyone, and welcome back to Wicked Reading. Today I will be reading about The Wolf Woman of Mobile, requested by Curtis Smith-SU2QK. Before there was the leprechaun, there was the wolf woman. Beginning on April 1st, 1971, calls began to roll into the press register from citizens reporting that they had spotted a creature with the head of a woman and the body of a wolf roaming around Davis Avenue, as well as the Plateau neighborhood. By April 8th, the newspaper published an article chronicling its readers' tales, complete with a sketch of the bewitching monster sporting a head of hair that would have made Farah Fawcett jealous. The article, entitled "But Would You Believe?" explained that the paper had received over 50 such calls. It quoted an array of unnamed residents, including a man who described the wolf woman as simultaneously hairy and pretty. Locals were afraid to leave their homes after dark. Sightings and chasings were reported for days. Then, just as quickly as she appeared, she vanished, never to be seen again. Who or what was this mysteriously attractive canine? Rumors abound. Some say April Fool's Day pranksters affixed a wig to a stray German shepherd. Others suggest it was a particularly well-coiffed Afghan hound. Regardless of what the wolf woman was, she struck fear into local children. We lived around the corner from my grandmother growing up off of the Parkway, and would often have to walk to her house to borrow something. When the wolf woman emerged, I didn't want to walk in the dark, says Antoinette Roberts Stewart. One night my father sent me to my grandmother's house to get something, and I had to walk by patches of woods. Many of my friends lived all around us, but there were wooded lots between the houses. On that night I swore I saw the wolf woman. I know it was my imagination, but I never ran so fast in my life. I could literally feel her chasing me. Libby Sawyer, echoed the settlement. It scared me so much I would stand at our back door to make sure it wasn't there. I was in 5th grade at the time. I begged my stepbrother to teach me to shoot a rifle in case she came after us. As with most spooky stories, there are those who enjoy frightening others and those who love to be frightened. I remember hearing about it. I was probably 15 and we were terrified to be out at night. Of course, we all would joke and scare each other with stories of someone seeing it, says Benita Averett Murphy. And don't we all have that one relative? I was a young child at the time and I was terrified. My uncle told me that it was coming after me, remembers Cindy McNeil. Whatever the wolf woman was or wasn't, urban legends such as these are often retold to discourage people, particularly children, from doing unsafe things such as being out after dark or walking through the woods at night, explains Don Camo, director of the Mobile Explorium Science Center. Camo is the creative force behind the Explorium's creepy, educational, and interactive fear exhibit, which goes through the end of this month. The exhibit examines the science behind mysterious creatures, phobias, and urban legends. That the port city is a hotbed for all things that go bump in the night is not surprising. As an old city full of history and culture, Mobile is rife with urban legends, ghost stories, and even a few monsters that are alleged to wander our streets. Southerners are storytellers. It's who we are, says Kamau, and in a city with over 300 years of history, there are bound to be many tales to be told. With our rich history, it makes sense that Mobile has a lot of ghost stories, says Kamau. So is there any real chance that the wolf woman was real? Well, as Camo points out, many animals that we know of today were once considered cryptids, or animals that have been claimed to exist but have never been proven to exist. At one time, the kangaroo, the Komodo dragon, and the giant squid were all cryptids. Now, we know they are, in fact, real. Is it possible that America's Amazon, home to so many diverse species, could be the residence of such a unique species of wolf? The answer is, we may never know. But what we do know is we ever managed to wrangle her. The city that was born to celebrate would, well, find an excuse to do just that. On February 13th, 1938, the New York Times reported on the resolution of Mobile's mysterious monster of Fisher's Alley, a 30-pound, 4-foot creature accused of stalking people in the swamp. It turned out to be an otter. The otter slithered through the fence at the home of Charles Ardoino, says the Times. Ardoino ran out to see the monster knocked his collie dog clear across the backyard. A neighbor killed the otter with a shotgun. 200 persons gathered, and later, the Ardoinos were charging 10 cents admission.